everybody. Oh my God, it's been like 400,000 years.
Oh, he wasn't coming back?
And y'all thought motherfucking wrong. Bitches is here. Maul is here.
Hey.
Tune
All
is here.
here.
The gang is motherfucking here. Episode 20. What is, I don't know what your hand symbols mean, Stacks. Too loud? Oh, I gotta take it down. Damn, I'm so excited.
Got the energy up.
Yeah, you ain't been. The volume's a little bit low on the East Coast. You can't really.
You're right. Anyway, episode 20 on Nina's. Oh, Jesus Christ. Marisa Explains It All.
20
She's
episodes
really
in
back.
and you still
fucking up at everything.
I did it for like a year and a
the
half,
podcast.
dogs. It's tough. So we're here. So I've been in LA for 2 weeks, and
It feels like it's been 2 years because she's forgotten everything.
I know literally everything.
What podcast she's on, what episode it is.
All of that. And we were so confident that it was going to be so simple. Once I get there, boom, we'll record remotely, whatever.
Not we.
Well,
Feel like somebody tried to be the voice of reason and somebody always got shut out when they were trying to be the voice of reason.
what does that mean?
I think I was the voice of
No,
reason.
I was definitely the voice of reason.
No,
and
you
I
were
was
the
made to feel
skeptic.
like I was the nagging adult.
Wait, about the let's get some episodes in the
I was
can?
like, hey, we should record an extra one. You're like, yeah, I'm not really fucking with it. And
Well,
then he-
Marissa's spirit wasn't aligned.
My spirit was not
Valid.
in the right
Valid.
place before
Okay.
we left. I was so stressed out about the move, and it was just so much going on, and so many different people like pulling me in like 8 different directions that I
Okay.
just didn't.
She had to get her mind
Yeah,
right.
even our last episode was trash because I was just not there.
Is that the one where I was yelling at Toon?
Yeah,
I'm sorry, Toon.
for the most part.
okay.
I was being mean.
Yeah, my
I've
cousin definitely thinks that you're like corny for that. But.
Yeah, no, I've heard it from everywhere. I've masturbated since then.
Oh
So
my God. So you got that
I
out of your
alleviated,
system.
yeah, I alleviated some of the stress.
Now
I
your
apologize.
spirit is in the right place.
Yeah, no, I
Okay.
feel good.
Everybody's
I'm sorry
spirits are aligned.
like I definitely got
Namaste.
calls from family and they're like, you were really mean to your co-host.
I got DMs like, "Yo, fam, what's up with Maul?" I'm like, "Yo, everybody
He's like,
relax."
you didn't sound like yourself, and my energy was in a weird place, so I do
was.
apologize.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it
I
wasn't. He didn't mean it harmfully, and we
I
know
know.
that. He was just being
Yeah.
silly.
Yeah, you know
and,
how
like,
we
went to,
are.
like, the
Yeah.
third
And I
level.
definitely
That's-
took it. I
that's
listened to
our
it myself, and I'm like, wow, I was being a dick.
That's our dynamic, but I just take it as like one of those like remember when you were little and like a boy likes a girl
Yeah.
and he like has to harass them.
Yeah.
I mean, don't
That's
get ahead
how
of
I-
yourself.
Oh, but that's what I think it.
Yeah,
Well,
I
everybody
mean,
used to say that
whatever
to
gets you
me
through
on
the
our
night.
podcast with Joe. They used to always be like, "Yo, he's so mean to you." I'm like, y'all don't understand. Like that, we literally just fuck with each other all day. Like nothing that he says bugs me.
I didn't like the way he treated you.
Then he fired me on a text message. So
I
told
guess
him
we
it's
were-
all right.
we were all
whatever.
Well, at least I didn't fire you, too. I got upset, or I was mean, but I didn't fire you.
Oh,
so
God,
already,
thank you.
we're one better than some other relationships.
Right, absolutely. So the first week that we were off, Maul and Toon were going to do a podcast together, which I was actually excited about because when we had my going away dinner, everybody went out without me because I went to go Boo Love. So I was excited to hear like the events of that night because I hadn't even been there. But then they couldn't get together that week because Toon's schedule's crazy.
And then a
Bitches got a
blizzard.
job now and all that shit. So
Yeah,
then
Toon curved me ridiculous.
So then last week, we were going to try the program that we have, and we did try it. The program will work, and we will be able to do that going forward. However, we were on a time crunch, and we couldn't figure out how the fuck to make it work, and everybody got frustrated, and I needed a nap, and it was just like...
I needed a nap.
I
so
definitely went out to go hoop after that. I was just like, fuck it. I need something where I don't have to think.
I was gonna get a drink.
I was like, yeah, screw this.
Yo, like, we were all in a group chat, and then also on the program, like, trying to make the shit work, and it was so fucking ridiculous. Like, Toon's like, Maul, I hear you, but I don't hear me, and Marissa, are you there? And it was just
It was
so
a
much
lot.
confusion.
It was a lot.
It was just like, oh, I wish I could have recorded us. That was pretty great. But we couldn't record, and that's why we didn't have a podcast last week, despite my
Funny how that
promises.
works.
So funny. And now I'm back in New York because I had to handle a few things, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, while I'm here, let's record. So we actually are going to probably record a few episodes, full disclosure. So the next 2 are going to be like episodes that we're recording now.
Yay.
Or maybe we'll figure out how to record,
Remotely in the meantime.
and then those episodes
Stash
will come down
those.
the pipeline.
Oh,
Can we make
key.
a promise with our listeners that if something happens crazy in the world, that we will jump in and insert ourselves into that conversation if we're going to use the pre-recorded episodes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we will, guys.
So follow our timelines and stuff, or we'll
Yeah.
figure out how we
Yes.
take care of you guys.
But it's also going to be quality episodes. So.
No, it's absolutely going to be quality. We're not going to give y'all no bullshit. That ain't how we do it.
So there's so much to catch up on.
Mad
I don't
shit.
even know at this point in my life, like what's happening in my life. I don't even remember. I've lived so much life in these last, I guess it's been 3 weeks, right then? Because there's 2 missed episodes, so it would be a week before that.
Yes.
This
So
is
it's been
going
3
on
weeks.
The third week. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's just finished.
Tomorrow will
yeah.
be 3 weeks since they've last gotten
Yep,
an episode.
yep.
So, man, have I lived.
I mean, after your party, shit got colorful. We went out and
We
had a
went.
night.
All right, so let's do that. Okay, wait, let's back up. So the last week y'all heard from us. I was all, in a titty. Whatever. I'm having a titty attack. There we go. We're going with that. Yeah, all of that.
But she also has titties. So.
I do. I have two of them.
Titties.
They're so cute. So I was all a mess. I was like all over the place. So that week we had a going away party at Suite 36, and then we had a going away dinner the following night. So the party was like, I just tacked myself onto an existing party because they like parties stress me out, and you wonder if anyone's gonna show up and like all that shit. So it ended up being super, super dope. Cleveland came out. We had a great time. I ended up so drunk that somehow then we ended up at like some exclusive, like, I don't know. I don't think it was Fashion Week, but whatever was happening that week in like the world or whatever, we ended up at an after party for that. And it was like super private, and I had Mike couldn't even get in, and he was texting me from outside like, yo, such and such is outside, can't get in. Such and such is outside, can't get in. And I'm in there having the fucking time of my life. Like me, MGK, Cleveland, it was fucking lit. So I just kind of wanted to brag a little bit for no real reason other than the fact that it was
she
also
was
funny.
there and you wasn't.
Yeah, basically. You wasn't there.
It's your broke ass.
You just saw her face just now.
And it was just so funny to me too because I just didn't even realize it was an important party. Like I literally was like floating drunk. Like I didn't know where I was. I was just
That's
going
a good
with
feeling.
the flow.
Floating drunk.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It was literally
like next level.
I don't even know how I got there. And then I watched my Snap story back and I was like eating mad Pringles at the end. It was just great. It was a fucking great night. So shout out to Cleveland. It was great. Shout out to everybody that came out to that party. I had such a fucking good time that night.
Right,
so then the following, and then like my best friends came, Kiana came, and fucking Victoria came, and it was so cool. So then the next night, since Carol couldn't come to the party, Carol came to dinner with my other best friend. And we had a nice dinner at Sweet Chick in LES. Big shout out to the staff over there. They really, 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 really took care of me. Shout out to the owner. Really took care of us. Like really, really dope staff over there. So we had a dope dinner, and then I needed to go see somebody before I left New York, and so I slid off after that and did.
How do you slide off? And
from the after party to my going.
You should have brought Shorty with you so we could all celebrate together.
He's not ready for all that yet. So
okay.
So I slid off, and so you guys went out, and so it was the podcast crew. So Toon and Mal and Alex and his girlfriend. Alex is our everything guy. I don't even know how to describe him. He just does everything for us.
He's a friend of the podcast.
He's also a great friend of the podcast. So they slid off. Then it was also my best friend Carol, her boyfriend Los, their friend Q, my other friend Wendy from she used to intern with me in Flex We Trust in the beginning. Well, she interned, I worked, and then she got hired, whatever.
Don Zombie.
Mike Zombie, Zoms. Why did I say his whole name? What the hell? And I feel like another random friend of mine. No, or was that the whole squad? This girl that I'm helping mentor named Autumn. So it was just a bunch of my friends that aren't friends with each other. They just all got together and went out.
We all from different walks of Marissa's life. I feel like all came together.
Yes, to celebrate me, and I
celebrate her. And she goes off to do her thing, and then we're all together partying in unison, in unity. And it was the next morning I was like, yo, this is really some dope shit. That's not something that I would ordinarily do.
That was so cool to me too. All people that mean so fucking much to me were together celebrating. I mean, and also Zoms too. You could say you're celebrating him because he was with y'all at least. So at least you have half of the Mike and Mighty Go West squad. Yeah. So but I really thought when I was getting updates from Carol the next morning and stuff and just thinking about it, I'm like, yo, that's so fucking cool how literally these people wouldn't know each other if I didn't exist and I wasn't the common denominator. And it was so cool that y'all went out and from every account that I've heard, everybody had a fucking great time and loved everyone else. She Carol was like, yo, Toon is mad funny. Maul is so great. Maul's helping me with my birthday party ideas, all this great stuff. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to find a crew to party with in the city, I feel like. But your friends that I did not really have an intimate relationship before that night, I feel like I want, we need to do that again.
Yeah.
For sure.
You leave again and we'll just throw another.
This week?
Every time she comes back to New York and then she leaves again, we could do that.
Well, I'm hoping to come back at least once a month. Why did I say it like that? Once a month. I got an airline plug now that they do yeah, I'm saying.
Is it for Delta?
No, it's actually he has a bunch of different airlines.
Oh.
I don't really know what he does. I don't even want to know. I just know that it's the same price every time. So
it's all fun and games till you get flagged on that trip.
Bitch, don't fucking.
Nah, I'm not gonna put that into the universe. You're right. I'm sorry.
So yeah, I'm hoping to come back at least maybe once a month. Next month is Carol's birthday that I just referred to. So hopefully I could. Well, her birthday is the 13th, but I think she's aiming for the 11th.
So we doing something for Carol's birthday?
Yeah, so hopefully I could come back for that. And actually that week something personal's happening in someone close to me's life too, so I could hopefully be there for that and then do that whole shit or whatever.
Perfect.
So that'll actually work out as long as I don't know. I'm not poor or something. So
It'll work out.
Please don't go poor.
yeah, that would suck. Yeah, that would be an unfortunate situation.
Please don't go poor.
Please, sir, don't go poor.
You could escape poverty until we see you next. That'd be wonderful.
That would be great.
Thank you.
What's that movie called? Office Space? When he's like, that would be great. I think it's Office Space.
It is Office Space.
All right, so tell me about this party. Like drunkenness. I want to hear all about it.
He was smacked. I was smacked.
Did you see my? Wait, you didn't see my Snapchat? I put it on Twitter.
I don't think I follow you on Snapchat anymore.
Oh yeah, that's right. You didn't like my kissy face. Whatever. But I did download and upload the video of Jamal dancing on a chair on my Twitter.
Oh my god!
And everybody was like, "Yo,
why were you dancing?
He
Are
was
you
like
a
grinding.
thought? Like a Instagram thought?
He was. First of all, he went from having to check the DJ because the DJ was just wasn't in line. You know, the music
his spirit wasn't aligned.
His spirit
was
like,
party.
the music that he was playing
was messing up the vibes.
Jamal
I had to go speak
he
to
had
him.
to talk to him on several occasions. Like, look, you need to get yourself together. And then he went off and like played only the best music, and then it went.
I gave him a playlist. I was like, "Here's what we need to do."
More life.
And then it was from there. It went all the way up. You know
Shots
what I mean?
came
Like,
around.
Oh,
People just kept buying
I started
drinks.
sweating. I was like, I didn't expect this night to end up in a sweaty night. You know what I mean?
I was sweating too, but that's never how I sweat. It's like, nah, I wasn't at all. But anyway, go on.
But just
Oh,
like,
it's a joke about sex. I'm sorry.
Fuck off.
Okay.
But I was
Jamal, you said best behavior today. But yeah, it was just really dope. We were all
Shit was
dancing,
colorful.
and
Tune
I felt
took
like
her wig off and hung it up on the counter.
Did she really?
Yeah,
I did not
yo,
take
Tune-
my wig off. I don't own a wig. I don't know
I
what
was
you're
like,
talking
damn it! I wish I could have saw that.
No, but I did bust it wide open.
Hello. I mean, that's what I'm talking about. You know what
And
I'm saying?
I shocked myself. I haven't busted wide open in years.
I had
If
no
you're
idea
gonna
you
do
could
it,
get
you
that
gotta
low or you
do
were that
it.
flexible. Tune
I'm
definitely.
Like arch back,
Ooh.
down,
Hello.
oh,
Ass up. Wait, face down, ass up.
It's
Oh, I
face
just
down,
fucked
ass
it up.
up.
face
Yeah,
down,
I
ass
give
up,
up. I'm white.
arched and back, all that.
yeah, Tune definitely.
It was, and then I thought I was leaving to go get a cab, and I called the cab to come, and Zoms and Jamal was like, where you
Bitch,
going?
where you going?
Spot.
You ain't leave. What's that?
We gotta hit the next spot, and from there it was just like,
To the
okay.
Griffin pop up. Shout out to my man Vince.
Griffin's still popping? I didn't even
It's
know
at
it was still.
63 Gansevoort now. It's
Oh,
like
wow.
a pop up club kind of spot.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
my
that was
man
dope.
Vince runs the show over there. My guys Vince and Reem. So we went by there, and I'm by there because I'm fresh from a birthday dinner before I met you guys. So I had
right.
a bag of the leftovers with me, the prime rib sitting comfortably
From where? Say that place.
from hunting fish.
Exactly.
You know, and so like I'm there with them. I'm like, I'm not throwing out. This is breakfast tomorrow because I'm gonna be chopped.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And so like Vince comes out, gets me. As soon as I walk in, DJ screams out "Happy Birthday, Maul," and then next thing I remember is waking up in the crib.
Naked.
Wait, before
Yeah.
Penis on his
you woke
forehead.
up,
Drawn. Not
the
edited.
DJ started playing all of Mike Zombie's hits.
Oh my
Yeah,
God,
Zom
no!
was definitely okay.
Yeah.
Zom did do a walk. we were
Oh
in there
shit,
Yeah.
that's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's oh my God. So sidebar, just random Zoms related story. We were in Target. And this man comes up to Zoms and was like, yo, what do you think about being in the movie? So he talks to Zoms, and ironically enough, or whatever, funny enough, the guy was running down like the other people that are going to be in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And he mentioned, he's like, you you ever see the movie The Last Dragon? I was like, yes, the fuck I did. And so he told him whatever. So then when we were leaving, Mike's like, excuse me, movie star coming through, excuse me. And it was just mad funny because Mike was mad gas, like, I'm famous
He
now.
is so cool. I like really love
That
his
is,
personality.
He's the best. Like
I
his
really
spirit
dig
is always
it.
aligned.
His-
It's just
I love
always
his
aligned.
spirit.
I love living with him. He's the fucking greatest.
He's just so laid back, so funny,
And he's
but
so
also
nice.
so honest.
Yeah.
And, like, we were
Good dude.
talking in a
Very good
cab and just like real, like real shit.
Yeah.
I hope that, as far as he goes and as big as a producer he becomes, that he just remembers that cab ride.
He won't.
I probably
Yeah, he won't.
but whatever.
Yeah.
He probably doesn't remember it now.
We've had
Whatever.
We've had some humbling experiences so far at our apartment. Well,
Oh my
more
God.
me than him, but
Yeah, you look like you were going through it on the snap.
boy,
You
the
were
first few days was rough because
air
you move,
mattress mommy.
man, because you move over there, you don't have anything. I didn't bring any furniture because I'm like, I'm buying all new everything, like new beginnings, new
Yeah.
home, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So, so I get over there, I land, well, whatever. I get there on a Sunday, and so we do our walkthrough with the agent and the fucking owner and stuff, and then they leave, and I'm like, wow, it's just me, because Zoms wasn't coming for like another 2-3 days, I don't think.
Right.
We have no cable, no Wi-Fi, no electric. Like, electric wasn't going to be able to be turned on until Tuesday, and it's Sunday. So I'm like, because the the account before us went delinquent, so you have to go in person to be like, here's my fucking copy of my lease or whatever, and then they have to do it the next day because they don't do same day. So the first business day would be Monday, which would mean then the next day would be Tuesday. So no electric. Then I flushed the toilet. All I did was pee, everybody, and the shit overflowed to my ankles.
Oof.
Like the whole bathroom. I'm like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. Like I had nothing.
You was living in one of the abandoned houses from The Wire?
Fam, I guess so. Because
Electricity from next door,
no one
no
had
plumbing?
been living in there for a minute or whatever. So I'm like, so I'm calling the landlord, who, by the way, I'm scared as fuck of. She's like this Russian lady that's like a pit bull in a skirt. So I'm calling her like, Bella, I don't know what to do. And she was like, what did you do? I'm like, I didn't do anything. All I did was push the toilet, Bella. I don't know. She's like, turn off the water. So I'm turning off the water, but I'm already like ankles deep in fucking toilet water. And I guess, ew, pee, right? Oh.
Absolutely. But it's your pee.
Yeah, but still, who wants to lay in your own pee? Ugh. So I don't have anything in the crib. I didn't bring any towels. My boxes hadn't arrived yet. So I have all I came with or whatever.
Well, it's a good thing because you would have gotten piss water on
right,
everything.
so all I fucking had, I had just went to the dollar store and bought like paper towels and random shit. So I had one roll of paper towels, which in ankle deep water does nothing. That's like throwing a hot dog down a hallway. So I tried to clean up. Then I had like a sweatshirt that I didn't really like anyway because it was from an ex. So I was like, I'll use this. Then I get a knock on the door and it's Nicole downstairs. And Nicole is like 22, just white girl, cool as hell. And she's like, is there something leaking here? And I was like, yep. That would be me. I'm just trying to clean it up now. Sorry, it's a little dark in here. Can't really see, so I'm doing the best I can with what I got.
What time is it?
It's like 3 p.m, but it's pouring rain, so the skies are. It's like not very bright lit in my.
I think it was
apartment.
pouring rain because then she might think that maybe it was rain as opposed to piss. That was
Oh
raining
yeah,
down.
I didn't tell her. Yeah, well, so then so she was like, oh okay, cool. Well, just wanted to make sure that it wasn't like nothing because no one was living here, so I wasn't sure what was happening. I didn't know anyone moved in, so cool. Okay, let me know if you need anything. I'm like, all right, cool. 5 minutes later, she comes back with a stack of towels and a beer. I'm like, Nicole, why are you so fucking great? Thank you, Nicole. So I take her towels. I finish. I was already kind of done anyway, but I clean up. Then she comes back again 10 minutes later. Like, you know what? One time we ran out of electricity, so we have this like emergency light, and we're gonna run it through the laundry room, and we have extension cords, and we're gonna set you up. I'm like, Nicole,
awesome.
What the fuck? Thank you, Jesus Christ.
Very
so
cool.
she sets it all up, then goes and comes back again, and she was like, by the way, do you need a chair? And I'm like, yes, because we have literally nothing. So she brings me this really nice wicker chair that has since been the only item in our living room, and it makes me really happy because sometimes I don't want to sit on my bed and I want to sit in a chair, and now I have a chair to sit in. We're not going to keep it forever, but it is a very nice chair to have for the moment.
And an amazing gesture.
Have you
For
bought
real.
Nicole dinner or gotten her high or anything yet?
Well, she actually texted me the other night like, yo, do you smoke? And I'm like, Nicole, why are you so cool? And I was like, no, I don't, but thank you. And then she was like, do you drink? I'm like, yeah. She's like, do you day drink? I'm like, yes, but I'm in the middle of things. Give me a minute. Then she's like, do you want a couch? I'm like, geez, Nicole. No, thank you, but thank you.
It's like your California godmother.
For real. And then she texted me like, I heard you on the radio because I was over on Power 106 or whatever. So I was like, you know what, Nicole, I fucking love you. Like, we're pretty much best friends at this point.
Yeah.
So me and Zalms agree that when we have like our first housewarming and like, or not first, our only housewarming, or when we have like any kind of gatherings, we'll always invite Nicole, and Nicole will be like part of the fam. And we're pretty excited about it too because we have like, we didn't even realize I only been to the apartment one time prior to like getting it. So when I came back, I kind of forgot what it looked like a little bit. Like I knew the idea, but I didn't realize like how much fucking we have so much space,
So much room to do activities.
right? And so we're gonna put in a bar and like a whole thing, and we're really excited about it, but we just haven't gotten there yet because we had to buy bedroom furniture first.
Okay, so can you guys do like a real fun like viral video of you guys like doing different activities? Because
we
of the
should,
space?
right?
Speaking of, because Jamal just brought
remake
that up.
Step Brothers.
And I just like, I feel like all that space that you have is really like what your New York friends and New York region friends need to see.
Yeah, it's like, because coming from my
Show
little
us the
Harlem
life outside
apartment
of
where
the
I
borough.
had like nothing, I had no space. Like I'm talking like I had a storage room, I had like a fucking storage unit and shit because I needed space to store like basic shit. I had nothing. And now I just have like I have 2 closets in my bedroom. I have 2 huge cabinets. Yeah. Then I have my own like, each bedroom has its own like sink and vanity area, so it's like I have my own
I realized that in California apartments that the vanity areas are kind of built in all the apartments.
It's fucking amazing.
And I'm like a vanity kind of bitch.
Yo,
like that's like my
I don't even know what to do with myself. I'm like,
that's for your makeup and your hair. Like, oh my god.
Like every day I just stand there and just look at it like, wow, I like my space. This is so
have you
good.
started decorating it?
Yes,
Oh, nice.
a little bit. Like just like I got like a light up M for like my vanity area, which was unnecessary, but I just wanted it. And I started decorating my bathroom a little bit. All my my picture frames and my like little decor items that were like breakable, we put in Mike's car, who his mom's driving it over, and she hasn't left yet because he keeps like wanting to fix random things. I'm like, God damn it, stop fixing your car, Mike. Just bring it. I want my stuff. So I'm waiting on that to like
woman
really.
ever, by the way.
Yeah.
Mama Zoms. Oh my God, she
Fantastic.
came in my IG live yesterday. I was like, Mama Zoms, what's good? She came out and partied with us at our going away party.
Sure did.
Mama Zoms is
And she
super
entertained my troll.
lit. She's so great. She's so good.
It when started from the bottom.
Oh, when
came
you're like,
on.
you never heard
Yeah,
this song,
started from-
right?
And I'm like, Mama Zombie's there, and I'm like, I'm talking to her. I was like, oh man, this song sounds fantastic. What is it called? And she looks at me with just the deadest look, but then like that black mother sympathy kind of washed over her. And I was like, I've never heard this before in my life.
Oh my God.
Meanwhile, I'm at the going away party for her son, so clearly there's some frame of reference. She's like, are you serious? I was like, yeah, I've never heard it before. And Zoms is dying on the couch looking at it. It's like, what? It sounds amazing. I love. And then she just looks at me, and finally I crack, and everybody just laughs, and she hits me.
I think Zoms told me about it, and I was like, that sounds pretty
That's
epic.
some real mama bear shit.
Very much so. Very much so.
Speaking of Drake, I have his number,
Ooh,
right?
Awful segue.
And well, not really.
Nah, it's pretty on.
And like, so, you know, Snapchat will suggest like add these users that you just recently put in your phone book or whatever.
Yeah.
So it had Drake's, and like apparently Drake has like a private Snap that like no one knows about or whatever.
Wait.
And you can only like see it if he adds you back. So he
Oh.
added me back. So we're basically best friends now. So the other day I was like taking a snap of like me in my bed at 9:00 at night, and like with, you know, I put my Bitmoji on it and it looked stupid or whatever. And it was just like plans for Friday night turn up, you know, like one of those like look at me, I'm in my bed doing nothing post. And then, you know, on Snapchat you can either send to your timeline or you send to a specific person.
Yeah.
And some annoying motherfuckers will send to everybody and the timeline. And
I
that's
hate those
annoying as hell.
people.
But I meant to send to my timeline, and then I accidentally privately sent it to Drake. And I was so concerned because I'm like, oh, he always reads them. Like we talk sometimes, like through that, whatever, because we know each other.
Right.
So like, it was just weird. Like, why Drake's gonna open it and be like, why are you sending me a photo of your bedroom at 9:00 at night? And so it was really awkward. And so I added a disclaimer. I was like, oh my God, sorry, didn't mean to send that to you. Oh my God. And then he opened it and he replied, LOL. So essentially, best friends still. Everything's great in our world.
And he knows what your bedroom looks like.
Yes,
the
that's
verdict.
awesome. Great. All remember we said that we shouldn't be texting in the middle of our podcast.
Absolutely right,
Because
and
then
I'm
you
sorry.
don't add as much commentary. Because I feel like you could have said something funny there and you didn't. because-
Exactly.
that
Get
was-
your
there was-
energy aligned.
What was I
Yeah.
supposed to say? There was
Yeah,
nothing
but
funny
see,
to say.
you
averted a
would have
crisis.
thought of it
So I said
if
something.
you weren't texting, because you would have had a funny comment. It
Not
would have
for
been there.
that.
No,
I'm
no,
not making fun of my friend's social media mishaps. Like,
it would have been witty. Like
no,
You could have got
started
on
from the
her
bedroom.
from-
Now we here.
Yeah,
like something could have been like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That was good. That was good. That was good. It's clever.
Wow.
Hallmark, hire me. Holla.
Whoa.
Word.
So that was my random story. But yeah, so
That was impressive.
thank you, everybody. I know, we're good. We're moving
so
on. though.
really, I set the stage for you to
For
have that
me to
moment.
have my moment. You know what you did?
You're
maybe-
a constant source of inspiration, so put your fucking phone away.
But maybe I should be on my phone more because
No.
then it creates opportunities
That'll
for
inspire
those
me.
moments.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm leading Marissa to her best self.
to my best self. That is absolutely accurately
You're
not
welcome.
accurate.
You're welcome.
Anyway, so yeah, we got some bedroom furniture. It's my first big girl set.
Drake has seen it. If anybody else wants to see it, then
Then you have to be Drake.
Right.
So sorry.
have you gotten anything else? Are you registered anywhere? You said you're doing a
Oh my
housewarming.
God,
Can
we did create a registry on Amazon.com. The name of the registry is #Mike and Madi Go West. We're also going to provide a link in this thing. So if you want to buy, I put only like super basic, like under $40 shit on there for like y'all to, because we have to buy the real shit.
With your broke asses.
Yeah,
Why do you
but
say
you know,
it so
we have
condescendingly?
like, well, just because I'm not expecting.
I bought some super inexpensive shit for y'all to be.
Well,
able
I'm
to
just saying
get.
I'm not expecting anyone to buy us like great shit. So I figured like, you know, the shit that we can kind of wait for, but we kind of need, but there's way other priorities before that, like we put on there. So like forks and knives, since I can live off of plastic silverware for a while. So we put that on there, and like cup sets, wine glasses, a cool welcome mat. I think my homegirl bought us that already, but I guess it'll say on the thing if they did. I don't know, like lights for the fucking deck, the balcony and shit, just random shit. So check it out if y'all want to help us out. The mailing address is already there, so it'll just send right to us. Holla, or you could just send us some Target gift cards, because we've become. I have a Target now. I haven't had a Target in like a while because I
Forever.
didn't have a Target in Harlem. So
There is a Target in Harlem though.
I know, but it wasn't. I didn't
It
feel like
wasn't
my
close.
Target.
Okay,
like it
fair.
wasn't. You know, like I just
Fair.
didn't like it, and so now we have a Target.
Any
that we go
Target you
to.
have to take the bus to. Is
Yeah, it's just not it. You know what I'm saying? So this one just feels like my Target, and I'm very excited about it. We've gone there like every day. But yeah, we bought our bedroom furniture. So I haven't. in my Harlem apartment, I had like a bed that had the drawers under because we needed storage space. So
Yeah.
it wasn't really like a frame per se. It was just like a platform. Before that, I had a big bed frame, but it was someone else's furniture. Like my apartment came furnished, so that wasn't mine. And then before that, I always just had the fucking regular metal shit underneath the bed. Like I never had a bed frame. So this is my first bed frame, and I'm very proud of it. I'm very honored to say like, I bought this. This is my bed.
So
like,
what was it like? What does it look like?
I guess it'll
Asterisk.
yeah, I don't even know how to describe exactly. I don't know. It's just like big and like fucking gold and like has like shit on it. It's
Okay.
fucking beautiful. I don't know. I love
You
it.
describe it wonderfully.
Thank you. I know I'm really, really good at that. So
I think the
kind of
bed
my
frame
strong
would be
set.
a really, really dope like cover art for this episode.
We should do my bed frame. I'm gonna have Zoms take a better picture because I don't have a really good picture or whatever. So I'll text Zoms and be like, "Yo, send me a photo from the other side." Oh, hello from the other side. Hi, Zoms.
Fuck Adele.
So let's see what else. So we moved in. I have a
there's a
creep.
button
Oh,
on there.
also in our trials and tribulations, the plumbing people found a golf ball in the drain of my shower.
Oh damn.
A fucking golf ball.
Is
Like,
that
how
what,
does that even
what,
get there?
What led to your?
No, that was a toilet initially. So then I took my first shower the next day, which I took a struggle shower because we still didn't have electricity. So I hung my purse on the door, and then in the pocket of my purse, I put my cell phone with the back facing outward. So I turned the light on my phone so that it would shine into the shower, so that while I took a shower, I had some light.
Yo, what kind
So-
of bad-
Okay.
Did-
I get it.
You couldn't just take a shower in the dark?
No, I couldn't
needed
see
some light.
anything. My bathroom doesn't have a window, so
Oh,
it was
so
like
there was no brand
nothing.
of
And
light.
I was
Okay.
taking a shower at 4:30 in the morning because I was doing morning shows, so it was like there was nothing.
got
I
you.
have
Okay.
nothing. So yeah, as I was taking a shower, the water just kept rising. It wasn't really going down. So I called Bella like, "Yo, bro, might want to check this out." So she's like, "Call the building. That's their problem." So I called the building. They sent somebody. Because Bella owns our unit. Like, we live in, like, I guess a condo thingy, so everybody owns their shit. So they send someone over. He gets, like, some barrettes out. And then he was like, yeah, so there's also a golf ball, and that's kind of out of my jurisdiction, so you're going to need to call the person that owns this unit. And I was like,
What?
oh.
You can remove barrettes, but you can't remove a golf ball?
I guess it was, like, harder and more down there.
Okay.
So then they had to have Bella's plumbing people come, and then they got the golf ball out. So now we've been without incident thus far, although Zoms is upset that some of the outlets in his room don't work. But that's not my problem because all the outlets in my room work. So
Team player.
then right now, because we have so much space in the living room, Zoms has like 3 of his friends visiting. So they all have air mattresses. Like we gave them ours and then they bought another one. So it's like camp in our fucking living room. Like 3 air
Okay.
mattresses and a chair and mad blankets and backpacks and fucking shit. So
How
Camp
long are they staying
M&M.
for?
I don't know.
All right, so everybody goes west. Huh?
Yeah, apparently.
We
It's
gotta
like
get
a-
our blow up beds and head west.
I guess they're gonna leave when Zom's mom comes out because when they drive out, it's gonna be Zom's mom and his bro. So they're gonna probably stay for a little bit. So
Okay.
they'll probably need our beautiful air mattresses. So
We got to plan our shift. We
Yeah.
can't just pop up.
oh no, but y'all can pop up. We got 3 air mattresses. So
Oh.
Just
Rock, paper, scissors for the
buy a
third one?
4th one and
Right.
then.
We're all set.
Well, Zom's mom will probably sleep in his bed, so then Zom's will be on an air mattress.
I'm
and-
getting to bed with you.
Yeah, but it's a little too close for me, honestly. I don't know if I can handle that.
we can cuddle.
No.
I think that's still pretty close. You said
Yeah.
we can cuddle like it's not supposed to be close.
I just
Right.
want to like see her uncomfortable face because I think it's like hilarious how uncomfortable she gets
You're
with the
a
idea.
really good friend.
Also, I haven't found a comforter set that matches my bed, so I'm just using like the little twin sized comforter that I bought real quick for like $20 at Target for my air mattress situation. So you'd have no blanket if you slept on my bed.
Oh well,
'Cause
I
it fits
can't
like
do no
me.
blanket. Sorry.
Yep. So
That's
it
the
looks
deal
like
breaker?
That's the
you
deal
won't be
breaker.
in my
Her
bed.
discomfort doesn't matter to you.
I
but
need
you
a
not having
blanket.
blanket.
All seasons, all weather.
Same. So yeah, that's us in
Good shit.
LA. I need to buy a car, so that's like my next.
How have you been getting around?
I rented a car on Turo for 2 weeks.
Okay.
I rented 2 different cars because then the one stopped being available. But if y'all don't know about Turo, I should get a check for this, but I need to also put y'all on the shit.
Yeah,
It's basically Airbnb for cars. Turo is the name of the app. And you rent people's cars. A lot of times it's like because people bought a new car and they paid off the old one and they'd rather get money that way or whatever.
Yeah, and they have both cars.
Yeah,
available? Okay.
so like you either could go pick it up at their crib, and then like they like in the app like they'll take a picture of your license and upload it to the app or whatever, or like just, but they don't get it, it just goes to them or whatever, to the people, and they'll upload like pictures of the dash and you take pictures of the dash as well so that everything is like recorded and all that shit. And you rent it. I found cars for like $20 a day, so I
That's
did
awesome.
that the
Good
first
shit.
week, and then like if you rent for a week, then there's a discount every time or whatever if you do 7 days in total or whatever.
Oh, wow.
They kind of like look for you to do that. They'd rather you rent for long periods of time, so there's discounts for like a 2 week period, a month period, blah blah blah. So that's what I've been doing, just renting cars cars, and hopefully I'm gonna just buy one like next week or the week after, because I can't just keep renting shit.
Right.
That's a great alternative in the meantime.
Hell yeah, that
Sounds
shit
like
is
pretty
great.
convenient.
Cheaper than like renting a car from Enterprise or any of that shit.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then that's
day
it.
rate for Enterprise.
Yeah, there's like no fees or any of that shit. So
Nice.
like it's probably like if it's $20 a day to rent the car, it's
You just charge you
$100 or whatever, and then maybe like $5 I think for like the Turo fee altogether. But so $105, like that's fucking great.
Yeah. That's amazing.
And you could choose to waive insurance if you want to, and then they'll just insure you, but it's a low amount. Or if you have insurance of your own car insurance, you can add that to the thing, and it'll cover you.
Sure.
So it's pretty cool.
There is a whole industry out there of people selling services that have nothing to do with shit that they own, and it's fucking amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a rising opportunity to like cut the middleman out, and sometimes even corporate America out.
The middlemen are the people that run this shit. Like Uber, nobody owns a car. Like
Right.
they're not Uber's cars.
When I'm
Airbnb,
referring
they
to the
own no
middleman, I'm talking about
properties.
like the corporate America. Like,
Got you,
listen,
got
I
you,
own
okay.
the company, and these are my subsidiaries.
Got you.
There's like a rising
So
like
not middleman so much as like the direct corporate
exactly
power.
or
Okay.
the man.
Right.
The man, yeah.
and I love it. It's dope.
Yeah, I think also I found out, so the other day I found out a lot of people don't know this, so since I just put y'all on the tour, let me put y'all on to something else. I don't know, my friends knew this. When iPhone to iPhone, if someone sends you a picture, you can save that photo, and in your photo gallery it will
Yes.
tell you when that person took that photo.
It absolutely can. And you haven't noticed it, but I've told you this because when we had the conversation about nudes, I mentioned this because some of y'all be repurposing
Yes.
nudes and think that we don't know. But ain't nothing in the world like a hurt nigga.
Yeah.
So when y'all send us nudes and them shits are from 9 weeks ago and we know this, we gonna call you out, be like, hey, baby, what you doing right now? You be like, oh, nothing, thinking about you. You send the nude, but it says October in the date. We know that. It also
Okay, so
says
can
the
we settle this
location.
right now, dudes? Listen. To prop yourself up to take the proper nude takes a lot of effort.
A lot.
A lot of fucking
And
effort.
we're not always all shaved or waxed and all that shit.
It is prepared for it.
Yeah.
So when you hit the money shot and your body looks good and slim and plump in the right places, and you're like, I feel good about this. This looks sexy. It's a one for all. Like, here, boom, boom, boom.
And maybe honestly, when I took that nude, there's a chance I didn't even send it to anybody. If you weren't in my life yet and you didn't get it at that point, I may not have had any. I mean, it's possible a bunch of people did, yes, but there's also a possibility there was no one to send it to. I just had it like, damn, I'm
Just a
stash
stash
this.
nude.
This is good. The next time I get a bae, this is the first on the motherfucking list.
it takes a lot of effort to do selfies and like pictures that we love as women, and nudes
Just
are
to
no.
be 100% transparent, real niggas don't really give a fuck.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know,
If you
but it
send
was
me
just
an
for the
old
sake
nude, I
of
could give
yeah,
a shit.
yeah.
A nude isn't new
Well, see,
titty to me.
The
and
reason
I'm
why
grateful
it
for
made me like talk about it was because when I was texting with somebody the other day and I sent him a picture, he was like, "Who are you taking these pictures for?" I was like, "I'm obviously taking them for you. Story, it'll tell you like taken in Encino, California right now." And he was like, "Wait, what? Is that something new?" And just his reaction seemed a little like concerned. So it made me think back to like the first day we started texting. He had sent me a selfie, and so I saved it. And at that moment, I saved the selfie or whatever, and I was like, "Let me see, who was that? Do we know?"
Oh no,
I
but she
think
had
that was
the
my
wagon
friend.
on her.
I think that was my friend Casey.
She had that was your friend. She coming in here.
Yeah, that's when it's gonna come in.
Ooh, she got a backyard. You can hear me.
Nasty ass.
No,
You can
she
hear
can't.
me. No, she definitely can hear me. I apologize. I meant she definitely heard what I just said.
Friend with a wagon who came
Absolutely
through.
heard me.
All right,
Fair.
Case,
I'll say it to your face.
We're gonna
All
finish
due
this
respect.
and then you're gonna be the second episode or whatever. So just sit in whatever. It's my friend Casey, everybody. But yeah, so his reaction made me like want to check that first selfie,
Right.
even though like he had just sent me a thing like, "Oh, I'm doing my laundry, whatever." And so I saved that selfie and I checked, and he fucking took that selfie 3 years ago.
I know he's light skinned.
3.
Only
Yes,
a light
he's
skinned
very
nigga
light
sending you an
skinned.
old selfie.
But I was like, yo, who even has a selfie available from 3 years ago?
Not me. I'm
like,
sending
you
you a
must
selfie.
love that selfie so fucking much.
Hey, I'm a
It's
grown
dear
man.
to your heart.
Like, and it's not even a good. It's like a very regular, like
Nah.
from the ground
I
up.
judge
kind
Oh,
of-
so it
people.
wasn't even like
I
a
judge
fire
people on
flick?
their taste in selfies. Like if you feel like your selfie is so like prolific and you put it out there and it's like
This is
B
the selfie.
standard.
Sometimes you get a
It's
sometimes
not-
like either you get a fit off or something. Let me see
No,
this.
It's not that good.
It's not that good. The light.
Oh,
ain't
nah, this
hitting.
is extra trash.
Okay, this is the we were just talking
This
about
is
this
an
case
extra
the other
trash.
night.
Like
the
this,
old
the
selfies.
lighting is mad fluorescent. Like, what did he?
Nah, that ain't it.
This is
That ain't it.
It's not hitting.
not shaped up. Like the shirt ain't even all that flame. Like this is that's wrong.
Yeah.
That's not.
like-
I'm on to you, boo. I know you sent me a 3-year-old selfie. I'm not gonna call you out on it because I know it's gonna fucking hurt your feelings. It's gonna make you all fucking embarrassed and shit. But just know if you listen. Oh, but if you listen to this, you're gonna be like, damn.
She didn't like my selfie. I mean, well, she likes it. She's just
Y'all can laugh about
questioning
it.
the
You
method.
can laugh about it
Yeah.
later. Like, come on.
Let this drive you to take better selfies.
Word. Your nails look so good. You got them done?
Yeah, I just got them done.
You should take a
yesterday
picture of them
in
and then send
Harlem.
them to Toon 5 weeks later and let her know you just got your nails done. Be like, don't they look really nice?
Thank you.
It's like, how
Don't send
about
me no
these?
old set of nails.
Hey, but now I'm
I don't want to
thinking,
see
like,
your old beauty shot.
if he does listen, like I really didn't mean to hurt. I
Nah,
wasn't
you didn't.
being-
It was playful. You didn't
Yeah.
hurt anybody's feelings. You didn't shit on anyone. It's fine.
Okay.
I'll re-listen if anything comes off crazy in the edit. I'll fix it.
Okay.
But no, nothing. No, it's a playful. I
Yeah.
mean, he knows he's light skinned. Like, and nothing. Honestly, light skin stuff is just a humor thing.
Yeah.
We're not colorists here. There's no. My sister is light skinned, and I love her a lot. She's one of my mother's 2 favorite kids.
My sister is light skinned. She's biracial.
Nobody
My brother
asked
is
you.
light skinned and he's not biracial. He's just
And
Mark.
she's my favorite person on the planet. So there you go.
Yeah, but you're racist. So when you say things like that, it sounds weird.
I'm not racist.
You're absolutely racist.
How am I?
Oh God, we're not doing this.
Well,
Anyway,
wait,
let's move
I just
on
want
to
to know
topics.
who do I hate?
Let's move topics.
He's
Okay.
being
White
sarcastic.
people.
I have a question. Well, I saw a kid on a train and
I love
her mom was
Marisa.
like, "Hey everybody, please pay attention. Such and such is about to do juju on the beat." And like this little 6-year-old girl did like juju on the beat on the train and then walked around with her hat for like donations. And I didn't know whether to be like, "This is so cute and entrepreneurial of you," or to be like, "Wow, your mom is using you to get some
Exploiting.
bread."
If a kid can afford a hype man, they're not broke enough.
Yeah, but it's her mom.
No,
not
I think
broke enough.
I think it's very exploitative and very like it's a clear view into the household that
What
child
Chris
lives in.
Rock say?
Case, would you ever let Lyric do juju on the beat on the train?
for money for your own gain. Like,
Would
shut
you
up.
ever announce her doing juju on the beat? Like, would you ever walk in? Like,
Yeah.
Excuse me, everybody. This is
It's
Lyric,
showtime.
and she's going to.
Can
do
you
juju
imagine
on
that
the
this
beat.
parent is like literally getting into this kid's ass about his performance and what his contribution to the household is? That's exploitive, you know?
I mean, you try to prey on people's heartstrings. but-
Jamal, it's
No,
exploitive.
it's trash. I would never do that with my nieces or nephews. I'm just saying
There's a lot of trash adults out here doing these
Plenty
things
of
to
them.
kids, and it's like
and they raise
literally-
trash kids who can't dance worth of shit. Like, if your kid ain't entertaining enough to just capture my attention, like I saw this little kid singing on the train and he was like an angel. And to that, I'm willing to. I gave $5 American to the little nigga. He didn't have to sell me no fruit snacks for his basketball team or nothing. His voice was enough, and he sang his "I Was on a Sparrow" and went right into ABC by the Jackson 5. So first off, that his history and his knowledge of
Musical
music,
context,
that
yeah.
moved me and made me happy to be around him.
Was his mom out there like?
It was
pimping
just him. He was
Okay,
rolling dolo
then.
from state
That's
to
a
state.
little different. That's
and
a
for
little
that,
different.
I fuck with it.
Yeah.
But if your parents got to announce you and they over here pushing you, nah, I can't. I'm up for the kids that are industrious. You can lie to me and tell me you raising money for your basketball team or the Jacob Reese projects or anything. And if you doing it for Delph, then if I got $1, I'm going to spend with you. But if an adult got to say it and an adult can't go out there and be entertaining on their own right, I can't really fuck with it. I'm a jaded New Yorker.
Yeah, I see. My assumption is like kids who are interested in the performing arts and they want to take it a step further to make it an entrepreneurial.
You're making it deeper than it got to be.
No, but this is my. This
Kids
is my.
are interested in eating.
No,
They're
this
not
is
interested in the
my
performing arts.
assumption. If they do it on their own without the knowledge of their parents, and their parents come in later to kind of like uplift it, that's the best scenario. However, when there's a parent like you gonna work and you gonna shing and you gonna dance for
Shing?
these dollars,
Shing?
yeah, shing.
Okay.
For these dollars, I feel like that approach is where it becomes exploitative, and that's all I have to say about that.
Yeah, I think you're confusing
Is that
Juilliard
the
with
word?
the J train.
Exploitative.
Exploit. Yeah, it is. She got that one right.
Oh, okay.
She can't say sing, but she can say exploit.
No, I purposely said shing,
Oh, okay.
Ah, it was
like
a thing.
shmoney.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes I
Got
just
it.
add a little H to S
that
words.
absolutely has nothing to do with anything.
Just want
Okay.
to let you know for
Sweet.
future references.
Cool.
All right, let's see. We have so many fucking things to talk about.
Yes.
Did you plug in a surge protector to charge your phone?
It's like a whole.
Our guest brought in her own power source. She went in her bag and
Mary
pulled out a
Poppins.
generator to charge her phone. I got the regular Apple charger if you need it. You ain't got the.
She got a long one.
Yeah, that
Pause.
cord is 9 feet long. That's the
Right.
shit Marissa needed in the crib when she ain't had no electricity.
For real.
Charged
Well, that's
from
what we
down
had.
the block.
That's what we did from the laundry room down the hall.
I like how both y'all are on your phone, but I'm not allowed to.
Well,
be on
I'm
mine.
reading the topic list on my phone. Is what
I'm looking
doing.
for our rundown. So,
So this is put together by Alex, who gave us some things to talk about. Also, I think I put some of this together last week, so it's like
Yeah, you
pretty
did.
me, partially.
you did.
Shout out to O'Shea Jackson Jr. for tweeting when he heard me on Powers 106. Y'all can see that tweet on my page if y'all missed it.
Are you hyped about that?
Yes, I was just kind of guess. Shout out to Too Short. I was a guest on his podcast last week, so that was super cool. And I got to interview Alonzo from World Class Wrecking Crew, which was like, it just felt like the most fucking like West Coast moment I could have possibly had, especially to like have just done, like to just move to LA and I'm already like sitting in with Too Short and Alonzo. Like that was fucking so super cool. And I didn't know shit about Alonzo because he was hot when I wasn't even like a thought of being a seedling. Like I didn't even exist in this world, not even as sperm. So I asked O'Shea, I'm like, was he the dude like in the movie when like he almost fired Dre and shit? He's like, yeah, that was him. I was like, okay, well I got some reference. So then I looked him up and it was a cool interview. So I don't know when that's dropping. Hopefully it'll drop soon. So that's that. I pranked Ty Dolla $ign on Power 106's morning show. Like Hot 97, they have a segment, instead of it being called Ride or Die, theirs is called Are You Down? Mm-hmm. And Ty has done one before where he pranked his manager and tried to get him to give him money because he got a groupie pregnant or something. Like that was his shtick. So my shtick was that I quit my job and moved to LA and I had no money for furniture or anything like that. So they had me ask him for $7,000, which was very stressful because I would never in my life ask a friend for money. He was basically he was not with the shits. He was like Marissa, let's talk about it. I just landed from Miami. Let's link up. Let's figure it out. Let's talk about it.
His response was not the
it
funny
was
one.
not. It wasn't funny. And then Dre Sinatra's in the background like, yo, tell her you'll hit her back. Like you'll holler at her. And I'm like, Dre, like everybody, why would you do this to me? And then like Jay Cruz, who's the host of the morning show, was like purposely like letting me cook and taking mad long to hop on the phone like, just kidding, it's a prank. So I'm literally sweating and shaking, and the producer of the show was like writing shit on a cue card trying to give me like more ideas to try to get Ty to be down. Mm-hmm. And so he hands me one and he's like, tell him that he's investing in you. And I was like, Ty, it's like you're investing in me. And he was like, yeah, I know, Marissa, but let's talk about it, Marissa. Let's talk about it. I'm gonna holla at you. And so eventually he said no, and then they told him it was a prank, and he was like, fuck, well, that's karma. I deserved it for pranking Will. Blase blah. And then we went out to the club later that night, so it was all good. But very hilarious, very awkward. I was very stressed out throughout that whole ordeal. Mm-hmm. And now I know I can never actually.
How long was that actual conversation?
Bro, it was like 2.5, 3 minutes. Yeah. Do you understand the sweat? Like 3 minutes is a long time.
Especially when doing something awkward like
that. Right. And then they cut it down to 30 seconds for radio. So he sounded even colder on the radio because they cut out like any of his empathy at all. So it literally was like the way that the edits was, I was like, I just moved to California. And in real life, his response was, yeah, you were telling me. But they cut all of that out. And his response on the radio was, why did you do that? Because that was his response to when I said I quit my job and I moved across the country. Like, so they left that part.
Right. So make it a little bit more dramatic.
It sounded just so crazy. So Ty is not that much of a dick if you heard it on the radio, but he still is not down to give me $7,000.
It's a practical friend. Yeah, $7,000 is a considerable amount of money.
So shout out to Ty Dolla $ign. Shout out to Zaddy Quavo. Saw him in LA. It's lit.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Yes.
We didn't speak though, but I saw him. So at least.
But you was like, I feel like you were on the stage with him dancing.
I was literally right next to him, but we still didn't talk. So it was close enough.
Not even a little high and by.
It was like we were fucking hanging out, but.
Shout out to Rihanna. She doesn't listen to this, and she probably wouldn't be able to pick me out of a lineup, but
shout to her anyway, because fuck it, right?
Happy birthday.
Shout out to the Queen Beyonce for being pregnant with twins. Yes. Fucking amazing.
And killed it on the Grammys. There's a lot of think pieces going around saying that she basically.
I would like to know Casey's thoughts on. Did you see her Grammy performance?
I did.
Okay.
You were not a fan.
Mal, can you give her partial? You're always the sacrificial lamb, Mike.
But I'm also closest, so it's not necessarily.
Yeah. I would like to hear Casey. Your thoughts. Casey, okay, so here's some reference. Casey is my friend. We worked at Hot 97 together since inception, basically, like when I started doing Flex's
And she's a
blog.
very nice young lady, despite what my comments may have been prior
about her.
to
You
her
ain't
walking
shit.
into the room.
You ain't shit.
She's a God-fearing woman with a terrific personality, and that's all that matters.
And we're gonna talk to her more in depth on the second podcast because she has like such cool. Well, like our next episode because she has like a lot of cool stories to tell, about like basketball life. And first, but I was actually telling this to who was I talking to yesterday? Oh, my friend Tiffany, right? And she was like, so who's Casey? Is that like one of the best friends that I've heard about? Because I saw you with a baby. And I was like, no, but Casey's been somebody that like, I was just like, I don't know. I take our friendship so like serious and like it's so important to me because I'm not good at like staying in touch with people, and you and I aren't around each other that often.
Right.
But like we've stayed in touch so well over these years, and like I don't know, there's just something about you that I just really love.
Your spirit.
Yeah, like I really
Aligns.
love Casey's spirit. So yeah. So Case, tell us what you thought about Beyonce's performance at the Grammys.
Okay, man.
Be honest, this is a safe place.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I loved it. I did. As you know, I just had a baby.
Yes.
She's almost 1.
And she's
so
fucking gorgeous.
Thank you.
Yes.
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 Oh, thank you so much. So I did love her fertility and her Ocean the goddess. I love the vibe of the performance. I did think it was a little, what's the word?
Not that good?
No. I loved it. No. I did think it was maybe a bit much for the audience.
Here's the thing. Musically, it wasn't that good.
Well,
Beyonce is very much like a performance artist. She's
Right.
not like, her musicality is never really up for question.
Right.
She has moments where she makes really good songs, and I think that's where a lot of the Adele outrage came, because Adele just makes great fucking music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she doesn't perform.
Right.
Beyonce is an experienced artist. Like,
Yeah.
performance-wise, shit was great, but I could have watched it on mute, and I would have
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I agree with that too.
I do. I did appreciate that it was on such a large platform, and we got to see, her with her beautiful little belly with her twins. So I thought it was cute, but maybe not the best platform to do it. But since it was such a large platform, I do like that she did that.
I do realize that with Jay-Z and Beyonce, and I've been a huge observer and fan of both of their work. I do think that they place a lot of value in the biggest audience versus the right audience, to your point. And as a Beyonce fan,
That's a good point there.
I definitely appreciate her giving light to the Oshun and the Yoruba community and showcasing her version of their traditions and religion into her performance. However, there's a lot of Black people in America who are not very familiar with Yoruba religion as well as the traditions in that community. So it might, if it goes over the heads of normal everyday African Americans in America, I'm sure the white Americans, and they're like, what is this? So I saw a lot of critique about her idolizing herself, and a lot of think pieces and a lot of seemingly white women journalists
attacking
attacking
the New York
her.
Post one.
Yeah.
The woman from the Post, she wrote how motherhood wasn't a miracle, and I responded and took a nap.
Yeah, and
But,
you shut her.
I did. I got upset because she's like, motherhood isn't a miracle, and you're not a goddess. Which, like, okay, granted, say somebody's not a goddess, but to say that motherhood isn't a miracle,
You don't know what that woman's struggle
and
is.
I'm not one of these fake woke, hey ma, I understand your struggle type brothers. Like, I'm not gonna try to wave sage in front of you and offer you a chew stick.
Oh, I
But-
wave sage in my apartment. It's called smudging.
Yeah, and you have to keep doing that.
Oh, I do.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh.
In the water, in the corners, and just keeping that energy, really, really balanced, so that nobody evil comes into your space and kills your energy with zombs.
Oh, all right, well,
We go offline about
note that. Keep going.
Yes, let's go offline after you completely talk about it. But like to say that motherhood isn't a miracle, and like I kind of went off because it was just upsetting. Like, and I don't think you have to be like particularly woke or anything of the
Or
sort. to say-
pro-black or any of that shit.
like to just say motherhood is a fucking miracle.
It
It's
is.
called the miracle of childbirth with very good reason.
Mm-hmm.
And I got upset. Like, I'm nobody's feminist. I love and appreciate women, but like, you as a woman who ideally, most likely, 100% was definitely birthed from a fucking woman.
I'd say 100.
Yeah, no, that's why I did the progression. I was like, ideally, no, she was definitely birthed from a woman. No matter how you slice it,
Right.
she came from.
That's like a tweet from Obvious Ostrich. You were birthed from a woman.
Absolutely. See, it's a Snapple fact.
Yeah.
And like, I'm just like to say that like it was upsetting, and I leaned into her a bit, and yeah, I didn't feel bad, but I trended for a little bit, so that was
You
nice.
did. You did. That was.
I was.
Oh,
I
you
was
out here
believing.
trending and all of that.
I took a nap and I woke up to my mentions in absolute shambles and people texting me about the read that I offered. And I was like, oh, that was a
Hello.
read. And I was like, thanks.
That cup for Casey, the plastic one is Casey. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
Motherhood is a miracle. If you write for the Post, period, go fuck yourself.
Pretty much.
Up
And then
the
also,
ass.
like, who are we to talk about what her and for you, Casey, as a mother, I'm not a mom. No one else here is
I'm
a
not a
parent.
mom.
You know what I mean? And I
clear
just
that
feel
up.
like
Thank
it's
you.
it's
I'm here
inappropriate
today.
for
Like,
us
place.
to project
Spirits aligned.
my understanding of the pregnancy process, as well as just it's just not my place, because we're not in your place. And
growing a human.
and if you're literally like in a place of like, in a spiritual journey, as well as being pregnant with two humans who are going to be in life, as simple as that sounds, but it's a huge undertaking. It's like, who am I to like even project my shit on you? It's like rude.
I understand that because I read that article as well, and I'm like, really?
Like,
Are
who
you
the
doing this
fuck
for
are
clicks?
you? In simpler terms, who the fuck are you?
Yeah.
So,
So there's
yeah,
that.
fuck you.
Yeah, pretty much.
Fuck you and your newspaper.
And you say I'm racist, but listen, I just feel like there's a level of,
You ain't gotta be racist to say sometimes white women be bugging out.
but a lot of white women. No offense to Marissa, because I don't really consider her the average white woman. She's
Hey
not.
now.
She's not. And I have a lot of white friends who
Who are
got,
just average? Do you want to call
no,
it?
they're
I think
non-average,
this is the
because I
part where you
can't.
call your white friends average.
My white friends are the ones that are like Adele. Like, they get it. They understand that the socioeconomic and frustrations and oppression that we've dealt with is something that's not cool. That's not cool to
You're
deal
turning
with.
into a Sada Shakur by the second.
No,
Like,
but
you're
I
morphing
understand.
And me and all my black friends also understand that it's
And,
not
and
cool.
she meant
we
no harm
ride
by
out
that.
with
Like
our baseball
Adele,
bats in the
here's
car.
the thing: people, had she not addressed the elephant in the room, they would have been livid.
Right.
So the fact that she did address the elephant in the fucking room, they still found a reason to be, so she just had to shout out her black friends?
No.
That was the responsible thing to do. She doesn't understand what's
That's
going on.
responsible.
You can be upset
That's
by it.
conscious. That's
Right.
courteous. That's
Hello?
sincere. That's authentic. Get the fuck out of
They
here.
conceded?
I said authentic.
No, you said another word.
Courteous,
Uh-huh.
authentic, considerate,
Considerate. Maybe
conscious.
considerate was the
Yeah.
word. Okay.
No, but what I was gonna say before all of that is that, look, white women, I don't know why you're so threatened by Beyonce or black women in power. We have to get together, because if we don't ever understand that we're more powerful together than we are apart, then we're gonna still set ourselves apart 20, 50, 100 years back.
Hey now.
Golf clap.
Whoa.
Is that a golf clap? What is a golf clap per se?
A golf clap is just a steady, slow, kind of low volume clap that they do in golf.
Is this me? Am I doing this?
Yeah, that's a golf
okay.
clap.
And I'm
Golf
joining
clapping.
in.
I don't think it's a golf clap if you do it by yourself.
Okay. Well, no one else joined. Well, Toon low key joined me at Jace.
Yeah.
Tax
mini golf
Stone
clap.
is also on this thing. He got indicted by a federal grand jury on 2 gun charges, and he could face up to 20 years.
Damn, that's
Felon
fucked
in
up.
possession of a firearm.
So
is a
he
fed
faces a max of 10 on each charge. Do you think he'll get the max on both? I don't know how this works, but they say that his DNA
I hope
was
that he
found.
doesn't get. I hate to see anybody lose their freedom or
Yeah.
the ability to make a living for themselves. So that's difficult. New York State is
Horrible
the
with gun
most
charges,
difficult
right?
state with guns. They are by far and away the most difficult state with guns. If you are a former, or if you've been convicted or tried or have been seen in the eyes of the law as someone who's perpetrated a crime, particularly a violent crime. So, yeah, you hope for the best, but you also understand all too well how shit like this pans out. particularly for someone who's involved in entertainment, particularly for someone who is a black male, and particularly for someone like the fact
Former
that they,
convict.
Yeah. And the fact that they went through and like they say they have recording of his podcast where he like essentially indicts
Podcasts,
himself.
tweets, Instagrams,
Like, you know, but
nothing
to dig
safe.
that way, it's like not, oh, we have him on video doing this, or oh, there's suspicion that this happened. Like,
Well, his DNA is also on 2 different parts of the guns.
I mean, yeah, but to say like his podcast was like a call. Oh, what?
It doesn't smell like anything. I'm disappointed.
You
Sorry,
sniff Sharpies?
Yeah, Marissa was just in here sniffing a highlighter.
So I
Sorry.
sniff Sharpies too.
It smells really good sometimes. That one didn't.
So yeah, I just hope the best for Tex. And this just got really weird really quickly. Now we're huffing in the
As
studio.
my Dipset boys would say, hold your head, no homo.
I feel really bad for him because he was on a
That was my segue.
trajectory, not projectory.
That was
sorry.
my segue to
trajectory. Sorry, but I feel bad. Sorry.
You ruined my segue.
Segue on.
So Cam and Jim Jones, huh?
Yo.
Yes, let's get to
I
real
saw
shit.
my childhood. I mean, granted, I tuned in. First off, that was maybe one of the 3 best parties I've been to in the past 2 years.
What, Cameron's live
The
stream?
IG Live was perhaps.
I'm about to
the
say you went
most-
to the Rock Nation brunch. Like
That was the most well-attended event ever. There were about 50,000 of us. If you let Cam tell it, there was 150,000 of us.
Right.
We're not letting
And
Cam
we were
tell it.
all in there, and it was niggas was in there selling hair. One dude had the rush cards for the low. It was
Rush
going
cards.
on.
They do not rush cards anymore. Well, I guess they will be, but he sold them to Green Dot. Which I only know what Green Dot is because Ty Dolla $ign sang about it in a song once, and then I Googled it, and so now I'm very hip to what a Green Dot is. So thank you, everybody.
Fucked up
can
that
you
y'all can't
inform
be-
everyone what
yeah.
a fucking green dot is?
I'm still not 100% clear. So, but I think it's like how you jail. It's like jail currency, right?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so
Jail or yeah, it's like
See?
money when you don't have the credit to have a card.
got it. So
It's good that Ty taught you that before your friendship ended over
Yeah.
$7,000. What was? Oh yeah, but yeah, no, Cam, like that was. I mean, it was crazy. And Cam, like, I feel like Jim, his interview with Flex was boiled down to like this solid. Well, there was only 3 to 4 minutes that you actually needed to watch to get the meat of everything. I feel like in the spirit of Dipset, I should say pause because I said meat.
word.
But yeah, then like Cam
Ain't
is
no
like
homo,
he's there
bruh.
talking, he's drinking Pepsi
Of
like
course.
nothing I've ever seen before, and I was like, wow, this is a really well done press conference. Like it was better than Elliot Wilson's press conference where he brought out MMG to talk about nothing in particular.
Elliot was, oh my God, that was in 2012, right?
Was
I
that
remember
long ago?
Yeah.
Oh, these
Damn.
things stick out. You never forget your first. So yeah, it was a lot, and like Cam talked about like copywriting the Bird Gang name and how he like in doing good business, but still kind of fucked his mans, and like someone who loves Dipset not as much as
Damn,
Marty,
never
but
bring a
still
shot
fucks
in
with
case.
Dipsets.
I can't get with Cam and his approach to these issues.
Why?
That Dipset faced, because I feel like
He was very dismissive and very much for self, but I think he also had been fucked before, and
of course
like he was
everyone
trying to protect himself.
Everyone that's worked in the music industry has been fucked. Whether you work in marketing, whether you work on the scene, whether you're a talent, everyone has been fucked. That's a part of the game.
That's good ass water, nigga.
However, I do feel like there's a level of respect that Jim Jones approached in his interview with Funk Flex, that
There was loyalty and love there.
loyalty, love, but also like, you know what, I'm a grown ass man and I gotta level up and I gotta glow up.
And I feel like Cam approached it almost like a joke and just like,
First of all, you had it on Instagram Live.
Yeah.
Like, Instagram stories, my bad. Instagram
Yeah,
Live, my
live.
bad.
It was
yeah,
IG Live. It
Yeah,
was live.
and it's just like that in itself, the platform of choice of in itself is this real like, why couldn't you set up a time to meet with Funk? Why couldn't you set up a time to meet with any of these outlets out here in New York to really like set things straight? And then also it's just like Cam. I don't know him personally, but it seems like he's like a real like funny dude, and he's gonna take everything and to make it to a joke. And that's what it seemed like
he
he was
reminds me
doing.
of Joe Budden in that sense.
Like it's like undermining the level of loyalty, the years, the hard
Yep.
work, the signing, the bad deals, whatever that they've
You're
experienced as a
shitting on somebody
brotherhood.
else's love and respect.
It's just
for you.
like that's disrespectful. Like,
Right.
and you out here with a Pepsi like bottle. Like, come on, like
It was a can.
a can, not even a
Alternative
bottle.
facts. Alternative facts. But nah, yeah, he was clearly. I mean, Jim was clearly hurt, and Cam was just like, all right, here's where he fucked up. Like very much just like how it wasn't his fault.
Right.
And Jim was like taking ownership of it. He's like, here's where thing went wrong. Here's
Right.
where I did things wrong. Here's where he did things wrong. And Cam was very much just like,
I don't know why I have this sense of like appreciation for Jim, because I never felt that before, but I really want Jim to win.
I was upset that he looked like that because I'm like, yo, you used to be the joint of all joints back in the day, and you are out here looking like somebody's granddaddy, like with that fucking unkempt beard and all them grays.
It's crazy what the natural progression of time will do to a
Right?
person.
But it just made me feel old. Like, if you look old, that means I'm old because...
Except nobody's rude enough to say that you used to look like a joint. We respect your feelings.
But I used to
here
look
you
like a
are,
not
just-
joint, though. I used to look like trash back in the
Oh,
day. So
okay,
now I'm
so-
out here looking like a joint. You know what I'm saying?
Because
like
your glow-ups have
snack.
happened in different ways.
Yes.
You're allowed to make fun
But then
of
he shaved, and now he's back to like a good place. So
Right.
shout
I
out
was
to
very
him.
happy to see him like at the Rock Nation brunch,
Yeah.
and I felt like, damn, like is this happening?
To me, he looked like the kid that was like always the outcast, and finally he got accepted by his peers.
Nah,
Like,
he
he
was
just
taking
happy.
pictures at the Rock Nation brunch like a sneaky homegirl.
Yes, like it was
Had
so.
like mad action in the background.
What you doing here?
I'm at the club, but you ain't gonna guess who's behind me. Type shit.
Right. It was real.
Like
the
he don't know
ill
none of
dry
those people,
snitch.
but he wants to have the photos
Right,
with
that's
them
the
and
shit when you
shit.
Think
come
about
home
it. Think
at
about it.
night.
Like you have relationships or at least
Yeah.
conversations with all these people.
But like
that's
I
just
said,
how
so
the
he
photo
was-
happened. But like, it's like the shit where you come home at night and your girl is sitting on the couch and she wants to talk to you about where you've been because she already knows because she saw it in her homegirl story. She's
Yeah.
like, "Oh, so I bet you had fun." And you're like, "I mean, you know, it was cool. I was just out with the guys." And who else? And then she shows you a picture of it.
Of yourself.
Yeah.
That came from a very real. That was a personal thing. for me.
I
Sorry.
see.
Oh,
I
happy
see.
belated to Joel Santana too. I think the 18th was his birthday or the 17th.
Hey.
So I'll always hold a place in my heart for that man because that was the reason why I
Can't wait for
started
Joel to
chasing
do
the music
his
industry.
news conference.
Yes,
in the
I
AOL
can't.
chat
I
room.
can't wait to see what his take in all this,
Jack shit. He's not
gonna
Oh,
be-
does he have an interview coming soon?
No, he doesn't.
No.
or if it plays out in his new music. I know he's
Yes, we're gonna get new
Yeah.
Joel Santana music,
And that's what we're
you
looking
wait for
for.
that. That's when that's gonna.
he
yeah,
said that he was
that's-
gonna have new music.
How
out.
many years has you know how many Joel Santana albums I was supposed to work when I was at Def Jam, including a
Damn.
Joel's and fucking Lil Wayne.
The
combo.
Reagan era shit.
Yo,
the
like
fucking
I can't feel my face. Like you're not
So
getting a
wait.
new Joel
So wait,
Santana
guys,
album.
I
You'll get
don't
new
work in the
episodes of
music
Love and
industry,
Hip Hop.
so I don't know what what the holdup is. Can you inform me what the holdup?
Him, he's just lazy.
He's the holdup.
admitted to it. Hey, Casto. No, I'll kill you. It just amazes me how he is not poor. Like I mean, he must have invested very well because it's not like Dipset had like top chart fucking like chart topping like #1 records
You'd be
across
surprised how much you can eat off Santana's town.
Yeah,
Wow, well, I didn't
the
realize.
store or the song.
There's a store called Santana's Town.
Yeah, he had the 151st in Amsterdam. That's the store I used to save my lunch money to go hang out on the weekends.
You
It's still
needed
there?
a better use for your lunch money.
No.
That store is definitely closed by
But
now.
that's where I met Karen Civil. That's where I met my best friend Carol. That's where I met Todd, who introduced me to Mac Main, who introduced me to Wayne. Like that's how my life started. That's how I met Max B, who introduced me to French. That's literally where my life
But it's so
started.
funny how these dudes, not these dudes, but when Joel's was like on Love and Hip Hop, like the game has been missing me. It's just like,
No, it
No, we
hasn't.
really haven't so
It's
much.
like-
Must be 2 games.
is it
Oh,
is it that
literally
we're
the game,
missing
the rapper,
you,
the game.
or you missing the game?
Must be
Like
2 games.
Ooh, y'all, when I was at I went to some day party and Game was there and Chris Brown and Migos. That's when I was with Zaddy Quay Quay. And the DJ put on Meek Mill's intro, which is like the club song. You have to put on Meek Mill intro. Game grabbed the mic and was like, "Take that shit off. This is my motherfucking city." Da 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 da, and made him like change the song.
Jeez.
And there was no more Meek Mill happening in the club. And I was like, "Oh shit! I wish I had a video of that, but I stopped recording, and now I'm mad because I
That's
could've
rough,
lit."
man.
Yeah.
damn, that's really serious, huh?
I mean, no. Game is just a fucking clown that wanted some attention in that moment. Like, that's all that was. Anyway.
Well.
Let's move on to somebody more important. Like Drake. Speaking of Meek Mill. Segue a Jace? A little bit? A little
Yeah,
bit?
close.
I get it. I
Out
get
of
it.
5.
So, I didn't listen to the interview, really. Do we want to talk
Oh,
about it or not?
Really good segue.
Yeah, it was good, right? I mean, his criticism of the rap, he said that the Grammys basically gave him Hotline Bling like best rap song or whatever to kind of like chastise him, and they don't know where to put him, and he said that was 100% a pop song, but because he's a black person that raps sometimes, they put him in a rap category. And he was very offended by that because he's very proud that Hotline Bling is a pop song and he wants to be recognized as such.
As
He's-
a pop artist?
Yeah, and he's also upset that One Dance wasn't recognized at all by the Grammys, and that was obviously a huge hit, bigger than Hotline Bling, so he was pretty upset about that. So he was like, I don't even care about the 2 Grammys that I won. Like, it is what it is, cool, but like there's better ways to recognize our talent and my peers' talent. He's like, but I'm also not taking away from Chance winning 7 Grammys. Like, I feel like that was a big deal for him, and it was
Agreed.
a little bit different. Like, those were well-deserved. It wasn't just, here's a Grammy because you deserve it. He was like, basically saying that. And then he was talking about racism, which he's been getting dragged for on Twitter, basically saying that in Toronto he never really experienced that because it's such a melting pot that there's just people from so many different walks of life that literally everybody's just more accepting, and a lot of black people are like you're canceled, Drake, blah blah blah. But I think that could be real if you lived in a town where like people literally so many different races that it's just literally like normal as fuck from day one. Like you may not have experienced racism.
Yeah.
He's not saying it doesn't exist in the world. He's saying in Toronto they don't experience it.
He's talking about where he's from. And
Yeah.
how,
That's his experience.
It wasn't like
real.
a Lil Wayne comment where he's like, "What's that? What's that?"
Yeah, and you live in the same country that has been like
Yeah.
oppressing your people.
Racism exists. What's
the
that?
start of time.
Yeah.
No.
No, but he's just saying like in my town we didn't really have to deal with that, and this country's in a bad place now. But where I'm from, it's we got lucky. Basically, was what he was saying.
Where does he
It's a
live?
very Canadian response from him.
Currently, he lives between Toronto and LA, and Zoms just told me he's getting a new house built in Toronto that's like gonna be fucking lit.
Got it. Okay.
But his LA place is like this popular mansion that all like the people go to party and shit like that. And my landlord lives next door to him. Shout out to Bella and Drake.
Bella, this podcast name to be shout out to Bella. Seriously, Bella's out here popping.
Yeah, Bella's a little bit lit. Getting golf balls out my drains and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Did you hear the interview,
Doing God's
Jamal?
work. Nah.
I haven't heard it either.
I read the
yet.
transcript actually. I prefer to read stuff versus watch videos.
I retain information the same way too when I read it versus when I hear it.
But I'm also too like I do most of this shit on my phone. Like if I'm laying in bed is when I'm watching checking the internet, and I don't like to hear noise. Like my phone is always on silent even at home. Like so it just bothers me when like I have to watch a video to retain anything. I'd rather read a transcript. So shout out to whoever transcribed that shit. Thank you.
Yeah, salute to you. Yeah.
So what did he say about Kanye?
He said that him and Kanye were working on a project, and it kind of hit him left field that Kanye did that Pablo rant like a couple months ago, and was like shitting on him and Khaled, saying like basically that the radio plays them too much. He was like, don't understand where that came from, don't know why you would do that when we were in a good space. So I mean, I'm not mad, I'm not tripping. You were in a bad space apparently. Like I'm gonna just distance myself and keep it moving because. Like for what? Like why are you doing that? Like
okay.
And he was just saying like I've gotten used to this unfortunately. Like just you're good with people and then they just shit on you because of their own problems and then you have to just move on. So that's basically what he said about that.
And what did he say anything about Jay or me?
No, well he said about Jay that
did not mention Jay in your fucking interviews.
He said that it appeared that that him and Kanye had gotten into some disagreement about the pop style song or whatever, and he was like, I don't really know what happened, but I just know that I just took everyone off and just put it out on my own so that there was no confusion or whatever.
And Meek?
And Meek, he said that.
Damn, what did he say about J-Lo?
He said about me. He didn't. The part that I read, they didn't transcribe that part yet. If he spoke about it at all, about Meek Mill, he basically was like, I was really surprised about that too, and it basically like fit his own insecurities and narrative, and like he was trying to just pull anything like that. I didn't tweet a fucking album cover, or I didn't show up to some concert a date, like when I got a day's notice about it or whatever. Mm-hmm. He was like, I don't really know what amped him. He's like, but when it happened, I actually was like, oh shit's about to get so real, because I thought that he really had a whole plan, like had been planning this for months and like was ready to just ambush me, and I really thought like this might be a big fucking deal. Right. And he's like, so I put out that first song to like test the waters and see, and I realized, wow, this guy is not ready at fucking all. Like he really played himself basically. So then he was just explaining how then he made the next one, and he wanted to make it that so that it truly hurt Meek. Like he wanted to literally hurt him where it mattered or whatever, and he wanted to like, he didn't want to like put like stupid disses in the song. Like he wanted it to be like some real shit or whatever, not no petty shit, so that like every time it played in the clubs, like that was his goal, was like, I want this to play in the club so that it has to keep hurting him, and that it hurts DJs and promoters that they can't play that record when Meek's in their club. Like because that, like he was like, I wanted revenge with that song. Like that was literally what I was seeking with that shit.
Did Meek fuck his mama?
Yeah.
Meek tried to tease. What he said was like, Meek tried to literally take money out of my mouth and tried to stop me from feeding my family.
Money though. That's dirty.
That's a brilliant art of war like tactic, because I didn't know the background information there, but I also felt like Drake kind of came a little like he was going under the belt. Mm-hmm. But now that you describe what he said in his transcript in the interview, it just seems like he had every right to do that.
Yeah, like he was like, yo, like, you're literally trying to stop me from eating. Like this is my career, this is my livelihood.
It's chess, not checkers.
When you say that a rapper doesn't write his raps, everyone could write me off, and this could be the end of everything. Like you're trying to end everything because you felt some sort of way about something that I don't even really know what the fuck you're tripping over.
Yeah,
and
he had the right.
Like, and so he was just saying all that, and then he was saying that drama has no backbone. because basically, like, he didn't say names in this part, but you know who he's talking about. He was saying that basically, like, Flex and Meek were pressing him to leak those reference records or whatever, and because Drama had no backbone, the Drama just, like, got wrapped up in it too. So basically he was saying fuck Drama. And then he was saying Quentin Miller that he felt really bad about it because Quentin kind of got, like, the short end of the stick in this whole situation, and, you know, it's because he had shitty management was what he was saying, because Don Cannon and Drama were managing Quentin at the time. And so he was just basically saying, like, poor Quentin, because he really got fucked in this situation.
This nigga lost a foot. Like,
yeah.
Quentin Miller has had a rough.
I mean, I'm sure he's probably writing though now, you know, for people. But,
yeah, he lost a foot, not a hand.
And then Drake was saying that you know, like, yes, that there was 5 reference tracks from Quentin, but, like, no one knows the backstory of, like, what they were in there doing prior, and then Quentin went and laid it down for whatever, and Drake's like, you know, it just, I never felt the need to really respond because everyone who's ever been involved in me with anything, like, knows how good of a writer that I am and how much I do write or whatever. He's like, and I can name 20 artists who are 1,000 times worse than me as far as just taking a full fucking song and just rapping it, like, taking it from someone else or whatever, they'll write them a whole song. He was like, when I do collaborative processes, because everybody does that, I'll change, like, if they give me, like, a verse or something, I'm still going in there and changing the cadence and changing this and changing that and adding words and melodies and flows and shit like that. So he was just basically saying, like, yeah, he did help me write shit, but that's what fucking every single person on this planet does.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, well, I stand corrected on a lot of things.
Yep.
I feel like he definitely, like, takes a page out of Jay-Z's playbook during the time when Jay-Z was going at war with Nas in, like, 2001. And how Jay approached Nas, Mobb Deep, and any other his other haters that, like, were really, like, just coming for his neck and coming for his credibility. I feel like Drake took a page out of that playbook and, like, applies it here. I don't remember the last time Drake did an interview, but before this one in detail.
He did one on Beats One with
Zane Lowe.
Zane.
How long ago was that? About a year?
6 months to a year.
Okay. But between the music and between the infrequent interviews and giving really, really detailed context to how he moves and why he moves the way he does, I feel like it's definitely, like, inspired by Jay.
Yeah, I would agree too, because Jay is the person to be watching in that type of scenario. Puff kind of took a different trajectory as far as the music goes, so I think Jay is the person to be really watching for that.
He's the guy to emulate.
Also, he says More Life is coming March 4th.
Yeah.
More Life?
Yeah.
The next album?
Yeah.
That shit's gotten more pushbacks than my hairline.
The one that you don't have? Nice.
Ooh.
Hello. Are you guys excited? I don't.
About More Life?
Yeah,
No,
I don't.
really.
I'll listen when it comes out.
I haven't heard enough. Like, I get excited about Drake records because there's always shit leading up to it.
Oh, yeah. And this one's just going to drop.
Yeah. I mean, the thing about Drake is, for me, like, and I'm not the biggest hip-hop fan, I'll acknowledge that from that standpoint. I feel like Drake's, to his point, like, his singles are pop songs, so it's like, you know, when he releases something, it's gonna be at least 2 to 3 of those songs that are gonna literally, like, be all over the airwaves and, like, gonna hit in every party and so forth and so you expect that, so you're comfortable with that. However, like, from the standpoint before I heard his context, you know, with Zane Lowe and whatnot, not Zane Lowe, with this last interview, it's like, I was kind of like, I think I felt in the position of rooting for the underdog with Meek Mill, because it felt like it was like David and Goliath. You know what I mean? And the songs that Meek Mill has put out has really, really hit in terms of the party world. And, you know, some of the things that he was saying, his punchlines is really just really crazy. And then also to critique someone's credibility about writing is like, all right, well, I'm fucking with Meek. But now that I hear, like, Drake's perspective, it's like, it just sounds like what is to be true is that Meek was just emotional the whole time.
Yep.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And as a non-hip-hop fanatic, I think I can stand, like, pretty objective and saying, like, you know, now I'm corrected.
Yeah.
Drake just got to get Nicki to post him on her Instagram as her Man Crush Monday so that Meek could finally just go sit in the parking lot.
Let's not even talk about that.
And
like,
cry to himself in the car.
I wish that he would acknowledge that.
Like, shit he gotta pop up on, like, IG Live or on his private Snapchat wearing one of the shirts that Meek left at Nicki's crib.
That's just shady and petty.
Nah,
as
he
fuck.
gotta do, if you really gonna do it, you gotta go all the way.
That's petty as fuck.
Go full new man on these motherfuckers.
But do you guys think that he has a crush on Nicki?
I think it's like a crush, like, if she let it happen, I would let it happen too. But I don't think he's like, I'm actively
ain't on it
pursuing
like
this. I also think Drake is the type that kind of like needs the girl around more, and Nicki's not the one that could be around because she's busy and she looks like she's about to go into third or whatever number album mode. And I actually saw something last night on Instagram that she had tweeted, I got my superpowers back finally, and Kendrick Lamar favorited it, and it's his only current favorite. So it appears that there might be a collab happening between Nicki and Kendrick, and that we're probably going to get a Nicki project.
I'm ready
this
for a
year.
new Nicki
I feel
album.
like
Yeah, I am as well.
relationship-wise, Nicki is only like you can only desire Nicki while somebody else is tolerating her.
Oh,
Well, that's rude.
Yeah.
Tolerating.
I mean, I'm just saying, like she seems like she's just more fun from a very far distance.
I can agree, and I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. I just feel like
I don't
she's a
mean it
lot
in a
to
bad
handle.
way. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like she's
I can see
great
that.
when you're like, oh man, she really seems to be making him happy, and vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
But when it's like, oh, I can't imagine what she must want to be happy, or like what
Right.
it must take, like
Right.
then it just seems like a more daunting.
She
thing. I'm
seems
not
very
trying to shit
complex.
on her.
Yeah.
She's very complex. Yeah.
I'm not-
But I'm
no.
ready for a new Nicki. That last Nicki album had me like every fucking song, word for word, like the whole album.
What was the last one?
Should listen
Pink
to
Print.
other
Pink
music.
Print?
Yeah, I think I love that one.
I think that's probably her best work.
I think I would agree. I think the one that meant more to me was probably the first one because that's when I was like, the way I am with Ty Dolla $ign now was how I was with Nicki back then. And so that album like just meant so much to me to finally get like a full body of work from her because prior to that, all we had was those 3 mixtapes and it was
Yeah.
just all remixes of other songs. We never had like real songs from Nicki. So like I literally like died. Like it was the greatest.
That was around
experience
the
ever.
same time that you was getting started, right, in your
Yeah,
career.
yep, absolutely. So it was a cool moment
Started.
for me. All right, so we're past an hour now, and we have other episodes to record. So let's get into these. I only have one email that I just pulled up on my phone because I don't feel like going through the whole thing. It's about Maul, and the fucking subject is clown phobia. And the thing is, dear Marty, let Jamal get his jokes off. Sincerely. And then he put goat emojis. That was it. Thank you.
Thank you.
That was it. So that was
that email will be our episode art, or we'll just post it to the Instagram.
All right, so I was on the train here and I was like, damn, I have mad songs to play, but then I was like, great, if we're recording a couple episodes, I could just divide them up between the episodes. So this is my pick for this one. It's actually funny because it's a Wale song, but I've always said, despite me not liking Wale as a human being, that I do enjoy his music from time to time. Probably not a full
Agreed.
project, but I definitely like the verses and stuff that I've heard from
He
him
makes
for sure.
great sounds.
Yeah.
Does.
So he has a song with Lil Wayne called Running Back, and
My phone still sounds like shit, by the way. So
Oh,
I might just
boy.
put my song link in the
in the thing.
yeah.
So Zoms played this song in the car, and I was like, what's this? And he was like, it's Wale and Lil Wayne, and I knew you'd like it because I know what you like. And I was like, oh my God, Zoms, you're such my best friend. And then, yeah, so, and I do
Does
like
Nikki know about this?
That-
Did you tell downstairs Nikki that Zoms is your best friend?
it. Oh, I should tell downstairs.
Just let her know. Be like, hey, by the way, I don't want you to read too deeply into our friendship because it's still.
Was this what you gave me? Was this an aux cord? Oh, let me see if I have the microphone jack. Hold on. Talk.
Okay, we'll talk.
Well, you can play your song in the meantime.
Yeah, we could do that. This is from an artist that I have never really just jumped on the bandwagon because I felt like he was just a little.
Oh, shit, I have it.
You got it?
Hey. Hey.
Okay.
Sweet.
We're all aligned here?
Hello. Your bitch need a tummy tuck.
Nobody else can hear you.
I can't hear your
But
song.
your drop line. But you're like, you're.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh.
You seemed really into it though.
Yeah, we can't hear you, but your O's.
Oh. All right, well, here. So now you could do it. This is
Okay.
a great. Guys, but you heard the song, though.
Did I hear the song? I believe I did.
Okay.
Yeah, it was really good.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go into my songs by Trey Songz,
Oh, does it?
and I don't like him as an artist. I think that he's just
Yo,
overrated.
shout
and
out to Alex who has
He's just-
pointed out some new shit to us.
he's
that
just
has
the
not
god.
been here the whole time.
Why are you the god? Okay, so it's Trey Songz. It's called Nobody Else But You. Again, I don't like him as an artist. I think he's overrated. He
You should
thinks,
pick a new song then.
thinks
Like,
that he's very
why
well
do
of
you-
himself.
you-
But I like the song.
Yo, here goes this song from an artist that I don't fuck with. listen up. Yeah,
I don't
totally
hear it in my
can't hear that.
headphones.
That's what we were telling you.
Oh, you guys didn't hear my song? I said,
Kind
did
of
you
what we
hear
said.
it?
No, and to which we responded.
Oh, so wait, Tune, it's not playing in the headphones.
It's playing in her headphones.
Oh, but is it recording, do you think?
Might be. I don't know. I mean, either it'll play or it won't. Like,
Guess we'll find out at the end of this episode.
We're in for a...
Guys, get the vibes. Get the vibes, though. Get the vibes.
What vibes? You ain't doing shit.
You guys can't hear it?
No, that's what we're saying. Tune, it's playing in the. It's fine. I think it's recording though.
Yeah, it is.
You don't know that. You just said yeah, like you know for fact. It's not a fact.
All right. So you know what we're gonna do?
It doesn't matter. I think we got it.
I know that you care for me. I know you be there for me. If ever something happened, you so down. I guess I'm just a fool with her. Looking in the mirror like, ain't you scared to lose her? Why you acting
All right.
like a
If they got it both times, then people are sick of this song by now. So we got it.
I put it so you can edit out whatever.
Oh, nice. You're smart. That means you have more work to do, Jamal.
The real test will see to be if I actually do it, because I probably won't. Here goes my song. It's called "Look at Me," and I Extensacion. I don't know. Niggas got mad X's in his name, but it's called "Look at Me," and here we go.
Wow, that sounds good. I like this. Y'all can't hear it? That's crazy. Y'all crazy. Wow, this is so good. Wow. I mean, like the bars. It's just like, who came up with this? Can you play the goddamn song? Or are you really playing it? Is he really playing it? Oh.
It's like silent disco.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was my song that maybe you guys heard, maybe you didn't, but I heard it.
Oh, wait.
Yeah,
Are you
that's
gonna
what
edit
we were
it
trying
in?
to tell you. No.
Oh, you were really playing it on some sort of aux cord over there. Oh.
I literally did the same shit that you just did and Tune just did. It makes it different because I did it. All right, this makes no sense to me.
Well,
This is so strange from the outside looking in. This is weird.
Because I saw the aux cord over here. I was very thrown off. Anyway,
Oh.
that is our episode number 20. Marisa Explains It All.
Yes.
That
Would
is
you
me.
learn our fucking podcast?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Like, this is your
Now
name.
20 episodes in, your name is in there,
Yes,
so we
that
make
is-
it easier for
That
you.
is it's mine. That is
Just-
true. It's also tattooed on my leg, so I should probably know that.
Stop
Probably.
dismissing us.
Yeah, that's true. That's cool. It's good.
All right.
It's good. Good talks.
I mean, we don't have to do the show if you don't want to.
No,
That's all
I
I'm
want to do the
saying.
show. I love you guys.
Like, we can leave.
Zaddy. All right. Bye, y'all.
Peace.